Okay, week 5 already on our 8-week format of ITS836, and we transfer from data science to blockchain. And I wish there wasn't so much about Bitcoin, but there is. And I do apologize. The slides that you will see in our week 5 content folder, I believe, are years out of date. Years, but um, give them a spin. If you aren't familiar with Bitcoin and blockchain to a more generic extent, I encourage you to get familiar. However you like doing that. If it's academic articles from Google Scholar or if it's YouTube videos, I'm not a blockchain or Bitcoin user at all. But the fact the university has a blockchain major, so we will dive into the academic literature somewhat on blockchain in the next 4 discussions and papers. 4, 3, 5, 6, and 7. 3. Um, yeah, this week we'll put us over the halfway point. So I'm not going to belabor the introduction to Bitcoin. Um, it's a single application of a particular type of blockchain. Bitcoin has spawned the word cryptocurrency. Folks just love new jargon. You stick the word crypto or cyber in front of something and come up with a new word. It's not a currency. It's a commodity, um, by definition, I believe. Um, and that commodity has a perceived value, not a real value. Um, it's a commodity, or really, it's a security, a crypto security, really. Um, I mean, it's a commodity and that there's a limited amount, and that they get produced, but it's really a security because it's a like a share of stock of a company that has no actual assets. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Um, I'm not a big fan of crypto security or Bitcoin. It's been around since what, 2009 now. Um, the big selling point is that it's transparency. It's um, the ledger that documents who has what Bitcoin is public. There are multiple copies throughout the world. Um, and another term that's bothers me, like cryptocurrency, is mining, because it's really the processing to verify a transaction. It's not like you're looking for something like we talked about in data mining. So anyway, here we are. Whether I am a fan of it or not, um, the fact remains it's in the syllabus, it's in the curriculum. So um, we have a few papers and discussions about it. So yeah, private key cryptography, private public key. That's another thing. If you uh, um, haven't worked with that at all, I wrote a program in college dealing with cryptography, and it was all about prime numbers. And the more efficient your algorithm was, the more you would be able to crack. But yeah, it's a distributed network with a shared ledger so that everybody sees the transactions. And they call that, the verification, the auditing. They call it mining, but um, anyway, there's um, some issues here. And like I said, these slides are in the content folder. I'm not I'm not allowed to take them out. I don't want to belabor them because I'm going to post some additional information on Python and R. Just went through all the week 4 stuff or 3, and nobody has any, or few of you have much experience with Python or R, and I've got a couple of good videos that would get you started if you're interested in learning more. It's deflationary. I don't understand. I don't understand. Um, Minimal transaction fees or no transaction fees, but that's going to change when it hits its 21,000. I'm sorry, 21 million Bitcoin limit. There's no central authority. That's absolutely the selling point and the thing that has everybody worried, um, as to the whole, yeah, the whole concept of using it as a basis for an economy. It's just got regulators and folks scared. Um, yeah, if you participate in this galactically expensive Bitcoin mining network, you get paid for verifying transactions in the form of mined coins. The latest figure I saw was the Bitcoin network uses as much electricity as Argentina. If you've ever seen the city of Buenos Aires, I mean, it's hard to fathom a less efficient way to do things, but it's taken off. I think Ethereum might have more legs, as we say, than Bitcoin. We'll see. Ethereum is more of a like a developer ecosystem as much as it's crypto security or crypto coin. We'll see. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah. Anyway, so that's this presentation, introduction to Bitcoin. I mostly wanted to go over the assignments. There's another one here too. Bitcoin e-commerce, and like I said, this it, it, it goes back to 2014. This Bitcoin and e-commerce. So give it a spin. It's a trip down memory lane. Um, um, until 2110. Yeah, we'll see. It's definitely tapering off. The number of coin, it gets exponentially more and more and more difficult to parse through the entire ledger and verify a transaction, uh, as time goes by, as the number of bitcoins complicate the the uh, the blockchain. So uh, okay, yeah, Bitcoin economics, and we're not even mining problems. Is that the Argentinian electric bill? Anyway, and it's being used mostly for illegal assets. Although with the ledger being open like it is, perhaps somebody could explain in class discussion um, how that transparency doesn't how it fosters anonymity. Everybody likes Bitcoin because it's anonymous and nobody knows necessarily where the money is going. Maybe you could explain that in um, yeah, in the class discussion. And there's do you regulate it as a currency, the Federal Reserve, or do you regulate it as a security through the SEC? Um, and there you go. I don't know. I've heard some good things about smart contracts and Ethereum based uh, blockchains for different applications, even in like video games and stuff. You're seeing non fungible tokens being associated with particular computer files so that you can buy like the no kidding original source code for the first web browser. I think it was Mosaic that Tim Berners-Lee wrote, like 10,000 lines of code, um, sold for millions of dollars. And apparently you own the original and you have the non-fungible token that's associated with it, but I don't think there's anything to keep you from downloading that. In fact, I think it was on GitHub. But anyway, there you go. Blockchain. So the assignments this week, there are 3, and I really wanted to make sure that we see them all. Week 5. There was a note down here that the practical connection assignment was due on Thursday. And thank you to the student that emailed me um, and asked me if that could be due on Sunday. So I changed the due date to the practical connection assignment. But I want to draw attention to it. I am seeing in the statistics that a lot of people are not watching the lectures, and I feel sorry because this last lecture I said you could go with 3 pages, and people are still turning in 6-page papers. So anyway, so this is with every course. If it's your first semester with University of the Cumberlands, I'll go over this. So this is let's call it a 2-page letter from you to me. Doesn't need to be, academically wordy or impressive, or please don't. Write to me in plain professional English how the knowledge, skills, and theories of this course have been applied or could be applied in a practical manner to your current work environment. That's the assignment that I've highlighted in blue there, okay? We're talking about this course, ITS836. I mean, if you're a blockchain expert and you're getting, or a blockchain adherent, and you are getting in the blockchain concentration, then feel free to talk about how those concepts apply to you at work. Otherwise, we all are involved in some kind of data analysis. And if you're not, you can discuss how perhaps some of these techniques made you think in your personal world when it comes to viewing data and being presented with data, with being presented with visualizations. So the main thing is to be, real and authentic, and discuss this course and write it. Start with a clean Word document. Don't look anywhere, please. I had to give so many zeros, too many, for cut and pasted content. It just if you just write a note to me about data science, data analysis, data visualization, data mining, databases, programming languages, and how that applies to you. Almost no one said I'm a Python developer. In fact, I don't know that I saw anyone claim to be a daily R user or Python user. I might have missed that, but I don't remember anyone being. So you could compare what you learned about them to the computer language that you do know. I mean, everybody's got a master's degree in information technology, so I assume everybody knows coding, even though I know there's a whole lot of different jobs in information technology that are not coding. Anyway, I'm just trying to give you ideas of how you can write 2 pages and be authentic and relate the course material, this course's material, to your professional world. without being too much of a stretch, if any of the dissertation preparation materials in this course that we've had so far, and there have been one every week, how does that affect your dissertation? I would even open it up to that. Just make a little section, how the research fundamentals or the dissertation materials have helped me, and then just talk to me, just tell me, in plain spoken English. um we'll see. All right, so that's due Sunday night, 2 pages, double spaced. um if supporting evidence from outside sources is used, you don't have to. Okay. All right. So yeah, the bullets are all there. Let me know if you have any questions. I won't be on my computer all day, every day like I am usually, but I'll be on my phone, so I'll get your emails. Okay. Bitcoin economics. So you've got your research paper. Search the internet and explain why some organizations are accepting and others are rejecting Bitcoin. So for your paper, you should have two main sections. Some have decided to use it, others have not. Some were using it and then changed. I think Elon Musk decided it uses too much electricity, and he's all about being green, as a standard form of currency. So that we want to look at two companies that have adopted Bitcoin and one that has refused. So don't discuss companies in general. We got two that have adopted and one that has refused. Okay, and then uh, um, the particular points to make. A little bit of background about each organization, 2-3 sentences, and how they adopted or won't adopt Bitcoin. And then look at this: what recommendations you have for them to continue to support Bitcoin, or why they should say no, thank you. And guys, if you if you're concise, you can get this done in 4 pages. A little less would be fine with me. So that's your paper on Bitcoin economics, um, this week. So you got the practical connection assignment, Bitcoin economics, and then I always it's a little early. It's not week 5 yet. I have to record this because I'm going out of town. Um, your discussion on blockchain. We'll go to discussions where they always have the full text of the discussion board. Okay, so this week's discussion centers around the concept of blockchain. There's still much confusion. You said it, man. There's still much confusion regarding what blockchain is and what it is not. Please discuss your explanation of blockchain, to include why it has been gaining so much popularity. Okay, so here's something fun, guys. This uh, this discussion, just like I'm always trying to tell you to be more conversational and don't try and rip out a lecture at each other. Explain your explanation of blockchain. Okay, don't quote some website or some journal article. Explain it to us in your own words and pretend you're talking to someone who's non-technical. Pretend you're at dinner and someone asks you, "Oh, you're in IT, right? Aren't you getting your doctorate in IT? Aren't you going to be a PhD? What's this blockchain I've heard of?" And pretend they're not technical. How would you explain the concept of a distributed ledger to someone who's not technical? I eagerly look forward to your posts. Okay, so that's 3 assignments this week. I'm going to go ahead and open this up and post this and do all that a little early. Like I said, I'm going out of town, so I might as well get it done. But then you're probably going to want a little extra work to make sure that you're able to do all three of these. But you know, I'm looking for conversation in the discussion board. I'm not looking for another research paper. So take that into account, and I will see you in the discussion board.